Hey, what's going on, fellow collectors? What's up with you guys? Welcome back to Bray's Toy Review. Today we are taking a look at the Max Factory Figma SP059. Oh shit. Ninsatsu Ninsatsu Hattori Hanzou. That's why it's a little bit harder to do these Figma reviews, because you gotta be able to pronounce those names. And back of the packaging, you can just take a look at what it comes packaged with. Or how it comes packaged, right? Cool. Like that packaging, it's pretty nice. Let's get it out. So here he is out of packaging, and off the top, right? So he's a really cool figure, but he's not without his irritations, and we'll deal with that here in a moment. One of the cool things about this guy is because of the way his feet are molded, the shape, and then of course he has the toe articulation there. He's able to hold up some pretty good poses because his feet are so wide at the base, right? I mean, there's still some balancing required. He's not going to just sit down right into a pose, but he does look really good, and he does hold some awkward poses that you typically wouldn't get, especially out of a Figma because of the smaller feet. But before we get into him, let's take a look at what he comes with. He has this little flared out sash thing, which goes here. You can unplug this little deal right here, and then you plug in this one. This is like when he's doing his ninja magic. Ooh, there you go. And then it's flailed out like that, right? Or if you're doing like the ninja sword deal, whatever is that's showing some energy or whatever, you just unplug that and plug it in, and it looks really good. I'm going to stand them up so we can get through this portion here. Now this bit is a little bit heavier, so you gotta give accounts for that when you're doing your posing, okay? So he comes with that. He comes with two closed fists. I've taken off two of the accessory hands and put them on, which are the open palm hands. And so these are the fists that he comes attached to him or whatever. And then here are his other hands. You have the Ninja Chop hand, or the Kiya hand, as you would call it, or the over there hand, which is more of a military hand. And then he has his weapon holding hands, which are semi-closed fists with the hole in there, the hands bent like this, so you can actually put a weapon in there, and that's pretty cool. And each hand is pretty detailed, with the nice line and the black wash over it with the gold bit over the black. So it looks pretty. It looks really good. All of them are pretty well detailed. So that's that, which is standard Figma business, right? He comes with his ninja sword sheath, which does not have a full sword on the inside. It's just a little stub thing there, right? But then you also get, just so you know, you place this on him and it makes it look like he's got his actual sword, right? And then you get also his actual sword, and this is a pretty nice piece. It's got the little silver on it. Not really, it's more of it's a metallic silver, but it's not very glossy or whatever the case is, but it will reflect a little bit. So that's pretty cool. And then it's got the hilt is black with the gold, the yellow, and then a little black ribbons in the middle with some black back here, and a little tip of gold right there, which I may not be able to see it too well, but yeah, so that's pretty decent. And it's a soft plastic, so it's kind of rubbery and bends a bit, right? And it comes with this cool weapon, which is like a staff deal, right? There you go. So this way he can have his long spear, and he can hold all his weapons in those round hands. And of course, it comes with his standard Figma stand, but it has a few little extras because it also comes with these animated deals here, which can clip on whenever he's doing like little ninja magic sounds or whatever he's reacting to some shit. You kind of like tab it on to this deal here. So, and I'm not breaking that out because I typically like to keep the stuff packaged. But yeah, I have some pics for you. All right. Okay. So, and then of course he comes with his Figma baggie, which you store all that crap in. So off the bat, one of the things that drew me to this figure and really got me interested in wanting to pick him up, besides the fact of me being a Figma lover, a Figma collector, is he has some really great detail. Let's take this thing off the back so you can manage to hold yourself up. He has some really great detail, some really great design work. Now, one of the things that kind of caught me off guard was some of this stuff, as dope as it looks, it kind of takes away from the articulation, specifically this piece here, because this is a harder piece, right? And so you get a little bit of gap there. You see how the shoulder's lower, and you can adjust it, but it doesn't look natural, right? And if you want to go up with the arms, it kind of pushes everything out the way, so you kind of got to push it down and then lift it up. So it does take a bit away from the range of motion. Kind of got to turn things around and move it. And then another thing that I have issue with on this guy is the joints are just a little bit awkward. That's more so because of this extra portion here and some of the extra stuff that he has on him, right? And that's really a shame because he's really a cool looking figure. And then another thing is you have these ball joints here that kind of just stand out. They're eyesores. They're not really hidden away like in most cases with Figma, right? So those are some of the issues that I have with it. His head seems just a little bit small for his body. I mean, it's like it's close, like it should be right, but then it's like it's a little bit off, right? And then you have this top portion here that's just like so wide coming down over that, and that's just really weird. It's kind of awkward. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just really awkward, and it really does stand out. It's not terrible. It's not like it makes you hate the figure, but it does stand out and grab your attention, and you're like, what the hell is going on with that? So those are just some things to consider if you're looking at this figure. This is a soft rubber here, a soft plastic, and it doesn't stop the articulation as much as the other side does, so you can get a better range of motion out of that arm, just a bit. This piece here is a soft plastic, and of course this comes off if you remove the head. The head comes off the typical way of Figma, where you separate the front face like this, and then you can take the head off. Now, with the other version that was released, it has the human face, the demasked face, and that figure actually goes for a bit more. I think it's like around $100 American on average. So if you're interested in getting that, be forewarned of the price. Like, these are good guys to build do your troop building with as far as the ninjas go. There's also a black ninja version, which has like the demon looking face as well. I think that one is pretty hard to get, and it comes with the human face as well. I do believe, I could be wrong about that. And there's the burgundy one that it's like a darker burgundy, and it has that's one that has a demon face. So those are just a few options you have. And then most recently you had the anime version released, and that's really stylized. That one looks really cool, so I started to get my hands on that one. Taking a look at more of the figure, you have you can see the eyes. The eyes are quite well detailed. They're not quite alive, but they don't look so phony as well. And then you have the different creases and crinkles in the supposed fabrics that makes it look a little bit realistic. This gappage here, I can't seem to get rid of that, so that's probably just the issue with the figure. I'm not sure if it's just mine or it's something that's on a problem with it in general. This piece here, these little beads are fixed to this portion here, so you don't have to worry about losing that. I like the texture of this right here. This netted, supposedly like netted fabric. It's actually plastic, obviously, right? And then, of course, the gi, see how I got all these terms? Wraps down around here. This cod piece here is soft plastic, and it's attached to this little thing on the back, which would be like his little ninja accessory belt or whatever cases, or a utility belt, right? The sculpt of the legs look really good with the different creases in the fabric or whatever the case is. So that looks pretty good. But yet again, when it comes down to the knee joints, it's just like it's an eyesore. The way the joint is just so prevalent. Like it's so visual. You can see it. It doesn't hide at all. You can see it, man. And to me, that is a detractor for the figure. But then it makes up for it with this gold here and this little emerald dot there. That's a really good, a good bit of detail, and it just looks good. And the sculpt is amazing, as far as just the way that sculpt is. That demon face is sculpted there. It looks really cool with the gold detail here against the black, and then you have a little bit of articulation here in the ankle portion, right? This does not move here, but you have the Figma joints here, so you can get a good little bit of movement, some twists, but it does get hampered by this thing, so that's the problem there. But you do again get the toe articulation there, and you have the nice detail of the foot with the string, so it's supposed to be like a slipper or deal, whatever the case is. So that's pretty cool. It looks really good. I like the figure. I'll be honest with you. I picked him up, I took a look at him, and then I put him back in the box, and I put the box on the shelf. Now that's not saying anything bad about the figure, because I typically keep my Figma in package. Even if I take them out, just mess with them for a minute, I put them back in package. I store them like that. So there's not very many that I take out and actually keep out, right? It's just the ones that really get my attention. This guy, unfortunately, as much as I like him, he's kind of fiddly sometimes, so it's not a figure that I would keep out all the time. So looking at this part right here, Black with some red pieces there for this shoulder pad deal. And you got these little straps that are hanging off of it. They're red with a little bit of gold traces of detail throughout them, and they look really cool. And then some more of what you saw there on his shin guards here with that demon there with in gold with the emerald there. So yeah, the color scheme for this guy looks really good, and it really does work. The figure, the concept is really fresh, and I think it was executed. I want to say well, but it's just some of the joints really throw it off. So, and I know hardcore Figma collectors, you guys are going to say, yeah, those joints suck. People that are new to Figma, you might not be as bothered by it. So, how well does he hold his weapons? Okay, so here he is with his weapon, and yeah, he holds his weapon pretty securely. One thing I want to mention right quick is that this sword sheath thing or whatever, it kind of hooks. It's got like this little hook deal there, and it just kind of hooks into his underoos like that, and it just stays. It just works. It's pretty slick how it just works. Look at this dander stance, right? It's dander or dandy. I think it's a dandy stance. So that's that, and then you just kind of slide it in there, right? And if you want to put his staff in his hand, I think it's going to be necessary to take this off. Let's take that off, and then you slide it up in, and you take that portion and you put it up there, and then there you go. Now that's a little bit more. That's a little more loose than the other hand, but it's not terrible. I think let's see how this one fits on there right quick. This is the other hand. I'm just gonna put it on there and see. Yeah, no, that's definitely way more tight. So it's probably the better hand to use. So yeah, that's definitely the hand you want to use for that. So yeah, so there you go. That's it. So all in all, what do I think about this guy? I mean, for army building with these ninja guys, he's pretty good, but I think you definitely want to go in for the animated version. Just give that a check. Once I get it in hand, I'll do a video on it, and I'll let you know what I think, if it even matters to you. That black ninja with the demon face, that's the one to get, though. This guy is pretty cool, though. So if you can get him for a decent price, around like $50, $60, it's not too bad. Don't pay any more than that. He looks really good. It's just he's just got a lot going on. And it just really kind of interferes with the figure. The things the detail that's been put into the figure that makes it look cool are also the things that hinder it. So do with that what you will. Hey, until next time, I am Brave, and this is Brave's Toy Review, and we're out of here. Out of here.